emails. Yeah.
Yes,
All
absolutely.
right, here we go.
Yep. Have a great morning.
Here we go. Have a great morning, everybody.
Pam Allen.
Yes, sir.
Ron Brown.
Yes, sir.
Norma Crosby. Everett Bacon.
Yes, sir.
Jessica Beecham.
Yes, sir.
Sean Calloway.
Yes, sir.
Marcy Carpenter.
Here.
Marilyn Green.
Yes, sir.
Barbara Manuel.
Yes, sir.
Carla McQuillan.
Here, sir.
Tom Page.
Yes, sir.
Grace Pyers.
Yes, sir.
Donald Porterfield.
Here.
Tracy Soforenko.
Yes, sir.
Sheila Wright.
Yes, sir.
Adelmo Vigil. The board is accounted for. Sheila doesn't want to come before Adelmo. It hurts her feelings, you know. But we saved the best for last, so yeah. All right. Greetings, fellow Federationists. If I could have your attention. By long-standing tradition, we'd like to begin our board meeting, which is the first of the general sessions at the convention, by remembering those who could not be with us because they have passed on. These include from the last year: Paula Actor, Dar Aldrich, Annette Anderson, Tom Anderson, Matthew Wade Bailey, Perry Blackstone, Letta Boynton, Maria Bradford, Manny Caddy, Ethel Carlisle, Cordell Castleman, Lois Copeland, Joe Cordova, Ron Cox, Maddie Dixon, Penny Duffy, Claude Edwards, Gina Falvo, Pam Farnholst, Sharon Fleeman, Queen Franklin, Jerry Garofalo, William Gardner, Roberta Glickman, Imani Graham, Mary Ellen Halverson, Gloria Hicks, David Holliday, Joe Jeffrey, Oscar Johnson, William Jones, Al McKinney, Magnolia Lyons, Donna Menchis, William Messing, Steve Montgomery, Terry Ann Moore, Jack Munson, Joe Nolte, Ted Robbins, Sue Rowe, Martha Seabrooks, Jim Sheets, Gary Syburn, James Sidner, Sue Soldan, Pat Stab, Ken Staley, Daniel Traverne, Nancia Thompson, Jamie Turner, Teresa Wakefield, Dick Walker, Peggy Washington, Dominic Williams, Nicole Yamoilovich, and all of those who we may not have known about. Let's have a moment of silence for our members we've lost in the last year. Amen. Thank you all for coming to our board meeting. This is an official convention session, but there are no mics in the audience. The board are the ones that have the mics. I would like to now invite all of you who are able to stand for our Pledge of Allegiance and Federation Pledge. The flag, as you're facing the stage, is to your left. To my right, we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is a good crowd, man. They're in sync. And to your right, to my left, is the Federation flag, and hopefully everyone knows the Federation pledge. If you do not, you can definitely find it in many places. I pledge to participate actively in the efforts of the National Federation of the Blind to achieve equality, opportunity, and security for the blind, to support the policies and programs of the Federation, and to abide by its Constitution. Man, this group sounds good today. Okay. Have to see if a spontaneous live the life you want breaks out. We'll have a good chorus here, you know? Okay, let me see. We do have a lot of business this morning. And just a couple of notes before we get underway. I do want to note we did the Federation Pledge. This crowd really knows it. That's great. That might be the best ever. It's worth noting, there are a few here who were there. 1974 was the convention where the pledge was first introduced by Dr. Jernigan at the 1974 convention. So this is the 50th anniversary of the Federation Pledge. I think it served us pretty well, right? Just a couple general convention notes before we talk about the elections coming up. We make a commitment in our organization to have an inclusive and safe convention for all. I would encourage everybody to take all of the steps that you can to make sure that we all can navigate the convention and be safe. I've noticed that at least so far this week, there hasn't been an overwhelming urge to overpack the elevators. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. The elevators will come back, and thank you for those who have not forced your way in to the elevators. That helps a lot. And just a reminder that, of course, we still have the COVID virus amongst others among us, so please take the precautions that you need to. If you want a mask, I encourage you to do that. I encourage you to respect other people's space and make sure that you're using good practices. Certainly if you are feeling symptoms, don't feel like you have to be sitting in the middle of your delegation during the session. Remember that it's not just you, it's the people around you. So do what you can in that regard. I also would like to note that many in our Federation community have a sensitivity to various artificial chemicals. So although we want you to bathe, you don't We don't have to bathe in your cologne and your perfume. It really can have a detrimental impact on people. I was with someone earlier this week who accepted a hug from someone else, and they smelled like their cologne for the rest of the day. So, just be aware that there are those of us that that's not just an annoyance, it's a real health issue. So do what you can in that regard. And then, of course, remember that we should treat everybody in our environment with dignity. We should do what we can to help each other, be patient and respectful. And of course, that includes individuals that we've invited to our stage to speak. We may fervently disagree with them, but we also want to treat them with respect for their coming to our convention. We are known as being a respectful yet forceful organization, and we should keep it that way. We do have a number of elected positions that will be up at this convention. Elections will happen on Sunday. Positions up for election are President Mark Riccobono, Maryland; First Vice President Pam Allen, Louisiana; Second Vice President Ron Brown, Indiana; Secretary Everett Bacon, Utah; Treasurer Norma Crosby, Texas; and board members Sean Calloway, District of Columbia; Barbara Manuel, Alabama; Carla McQuillan, Oregon; Donald Porterfield, Arizona; and Demlo Vigil of New Mexico; and Sheila Wright from Missouri. See, they were in the right order. It confused me.
The right order.
The right order, yes. Holdovers to the board that are not up for election this year include Jessica Beecham, Colorado; Marcy Carpenter from Washington; Marilyn Green, Illinois; Tom Page of Kansas; Grace Pyers of Rhode Island; and Tracy Soforenko from Virginia.
Mr. President.
I'd like to acknowledge Ron Brown.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. President, I live by a mantra from Maya Angelou, who has said, when you know, teach; when you get, give. In the year 2001, in the city of brotherly love in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I was elected to this board of directors. In the year 2008, I was also elected as second vice president of this great organization. To my Federation family, my esteemed colleagues here on the board, and Mr. President, to you, I am honored to serve and have been honored to serve all those years, 23 years on the board of directors of the National Federation of the Blind. I have tried to give as much as I have gotten from this organization, and I'm going to continue to do so. I also know that I have had an opportunity to help drive this train, our movement, and now it's time for me to put on my shades, to go out there and get Miss Jeannie Brown, Miss Sunshine, and kick back and ride this train for a while. But Mr. President, and to my colleagues, I want you to know, though, I'm in the next train car behind you, so if you need me, call me. At this time, I will not be seeking election to the board of directors, and I thank you, and I thank you all for allowing me this great honor to serve this organization. Thank you, sir.
Let's hear it for Ron Brown. Thank you very much, Ron, for your service. You've been a great rock for this board, especially as we transitioned between presidents, and probably we will never again have a vice president with as many National Baseball rings as Ron Brown.
Mr. President,
Yes.
so this is Carla McQuillan, and I have served on this board of directors 8 years under Dr. Mauer's presidency and 8 years under your presidency, sir. As many of you may know, I have served 26 out of the past 32 years as president of the National Federation of the Blind of Oregon, and I will not be seeking re-election to that office in October when we have our state convention. In addition, some of you also may know, I was recently elected as chair of the Blind Incorporated Board of Directors. The intent there is to help guide the reimagination of Blindness Living in New Dimensions, our Minnesota NFB Training Center, and therefore I will be dedicating most of my time and energy to that effort to see that we are successful, and I will also not be seeking re-election to the National Board of Directors. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time on the board, my colleagues, my family in the Federation, and Ron Brown said, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't say at the beginning. My husband Lucas is getting a 50-50 fundraiser on when Carla will cry, and people put in their bids on it, and because it's not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And this isn't about my pink poodle Pinky. This is from the heart. And Ron said, I will give as much as I get. I don't think that's possible. This organization changed my life in more ways than I can tell you. It changed my family's life, and I can never give back as much as I have received. Thank you all so much for your love and support over the years.
All right. Thank you, Carla. A couple of things are true. One of them being that Carla was one of the very first people that I met at my first convention in 1996, and has been a mentor to me in many ways along the way. The other is that there are many in this room who had many wonderful experiences, or whose children had many wonderful experiences, because she decided to take on from the ground up building the NFB camp program, and now has passed that off, and that is a tremendous legacy for this organization, so thank you for that. And
Mr. President.
The Blind Inc. Work is going to be very demanding work, and so I noticed she didn't say she was in the next train like Ron, because she's got a big assignment she's taking on. Adelmo Vigil.
Yes. Mr. President, fellow Federationists, in 2016, I was elected to this wonderful board. I've served and done everything in my power to be able to continue the programs and what the philosophy that the National Federation of the Blind stands for. I remember when I first was elected, I thought, what do I have to offer? But you know what? I have learned so much serving on this board and being part of this great organization. The organization that has changed my life. When I was growing up in a small community, I always wondered what I was going to do. never dreamed that I would be sitting here before you, serving on this wonderful board. It has been great to serve with President Riccobono and all of my fellow board members. I can tell you that I have learned more every day, but I'm not going away. I am still going to be around. I've threatened many times that I'm going to retire. That retirement seems further and further away because there's always something going on that I am willing to work with. I remember, and I'm going to share a quick story, President Riccobono, my second or third meeting that we had via phones. It was a beautiful day in Alamogordo. And I decided I'll go step outside and enjoy the beautiful day while we're at this board meeting. I thought I had, put my phone on, silent mode or something. And I'll never forget, the train came by. And President Riccobono says, whoever's sitting by the railroad tracks, please mute your phone. I was so embarrassed, I wanted to crawl under the table. I didn't know, what am I doing? But, we learned. We have been through many challenges in the past years, 8 years. But it is up to us to move forward. Not just the board, but all of us, to be able to march forward and take our life and be able to live the lives that we want. I want to thank all of you for your support and in electing me to this board. I want to thank my wife for all the support that she provided in the past 8 years, and not only that, but the last 49 years almost. And today, I am letting you know that I will not be seeking re-election to this board, but I will be working behind the scenes or whatever I need to do to continue building the National Federation of the Blind. Thank you.
All right. Adamo, all you had to say was that's the sound of the movement rolling by, If you have not had a chance to get to know Adelmo, he is not the loudest member of this board, but when he speaks, he commands everybody's attention because when he speaks with genuine authenticity and authority, and it means something.
Amen.
Yeah. We're so glad to have all of you still on the train with us, and we look forward to your continued contribution. So thank you very much for your long-standing service.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give him another round of applause. Now we're celebrating being back in the great state of Florida, and especially back at the great Rosen Center property. I think one of the, I'll say the best hotel staff that we've dealt with anywhere in the country. So it's going to be a high bar for future conventions. Here to greet us on behalf of our host affiliate is the president of the National Federation of the Blind of Florida. Please welcome Jorge Hernandez.
Thank you, President Riccobono. Good morning, Federation family. Welcome to Orlando, Florida once again. In behalf of the Board of Directors of the state of Florida, welcome. Last time we were here in this hotel in 2015, we all know what we did, right?
Yeah.
So what did we do? We set records, right? Yeah. So once again, we're back literally home. We were here for many years, and it's great to be here once again. Lovely hotel, lovely staff, and it's great to see all of you here. We're going to have a great convention. I hope you all having a good time so far. Yeah. Well, guess what? It's going to get better. Tomorrow, We're going to have a great opening ceremony. I hope everybody's there early. We're going to get the show really rocking and rolling. And it's going to be a great way of opening our ceremonies and our convention. Just a quick note, we do have the hospitality suite in room 1456. Please stop by. We have plenty of good stuff up there. Soda, coffee, danishes, you name it, we got it. Give you a brief schedule. Today it will be open right after the open board meeting. It'll open up at 12. It'll close at 7. For the next couple of days, we know we have general session coming up, so we're going to be busy, right? Yeah. So we're going to be open from 7 o'clock in the morning to 8:45. Gives you enough time to get down to the salon and sit down and get ready for our opening board meeting. It'll open up briefly for lunch, and then it'll open up again from 5 to 7. Same schedule for Sunday. However, Monday, we're going to be limited, okay? Make sure of that. Don't show up there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon looking for a snack. We're going to be closed. The schedule for Monday will be, again, 7 o'clock in the morning to 8:45, and then briefly for lunch. So that way, there will be no schedule after 5 o'clock, so that way we can all get ready for a lovely banquet. And I can't wait to hear President Riccobono's banquet speech, and we know we're all going to be inspired, energized, and ready to continue our movement. So once again, in behalf of the Florida affiliate, welcome home one more time to Florida.
Okay, thank you very much to our Florida affiliate for all the hard work. I do encourage you to stop by 1456 to take advantage of the hospitality. And, the good news is it's hot outside, so all the more reason to stay inside. This convention happens because of many, many people, certainly all of our members who jump in to help, and thank you for that. Our great Federation staff who are here working the convention. And our primary lead on the convention arrangements is a gentleman who has been with a staff member of the Federation now for 25 years. Wow. And he thought he'd kick around with us for a year and do something else, but he hasn't found anything better that is more fulfilling and that makes a bigger difference in the world, and we're certainly glad for that because he makes a great difference. For the last 10 years as our chairman of convention arrangements, here's John Berggren.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, John. Thrilled to be back here in Orlando, and especially at the Rosen Center. Yes. Time has flown since we were last here. And by the way, 25 years. I started with the Federation when I was 12. That's how it's come to be 25 years.
Child labor.
Some things you should know about convention this week. Agendas. Lots of places to get the agenda. You can find print and braille copies of the agenda at the registration counter, at registration desk 1. It's to the right when you head outside the ballroom. The information table will have some. The presidential suite has agendas. There are also electronic versions, many electronic versions, audio, HTML. The mobile app has a copy of the agenda. And I should mention the latest and greatest agenda are the electronic versions, so HTML and the mobile app. Any last minute changes that may have occurred will be noted with an asterisk in the agenda. And there are a few, not too many, but double check those electronic versions to make sure that you've got the information you need for your next session. And speaking of the mobile app, I encourage everyone with a smartphone to take advantage of that. If you search the App Store, it's pound NFB24, or I can't believe I just said pound, hashtag. Man, maybe I didn't start when I was 12, I'm a little older. Like, yeah, hashtag NFB24. That mobile app will be available. You can download it. Please note that if you registered on site, the registration doesn't automatically trigger an invite to the mobile app, so you may have to wait until the end of the day to find that email in your inbox that gives you instructions for how to log in and start creating your own agenda. If you are not with us here in the room today, we hope that you're listening virtually. We'd encourage you to register. It's just $10, which helps support our efforts to stream the board meeting, the general sessions, the banquet. Earlier this week, we had a number of sessions as well. And you can listen as well on YouTube. Your Amazon devices, you can say Open Nations Blind. And you can also listen on NFB Newsline. So lots of ways to participate if you are virtual. We'd love to have you join us next year. That line's smeared. Can't tell where we are next year. We'd love to have you join us in person next year, but we're glad you're with us online today, this week. A very important thing. We hope that you will be joining us for one of the highlights of the week, our banquet, come Monday evening. You can still get banquet tickets from registration if you haven't done so yet. It will be a terrific evening, but I want you to keep a couple things in mind. If you've bought a banquet ticket or do so in the next couple of days, you will have a ticket to get into the ballroom. But if you want a place to sit and a meal to eat, you need to exchange your banquet ticket. Now, if you were to head out the doors of Ballroom C here, almost directly across the pre-function area is our banquet exchange table. You will, beginning after the board meeting, you will be able to exchange your banquet ticket for an assigned table. If you are adventurous and you want to meet 9 new friends, just exchange your ticket. If you have met 9 new friends already and you want to sit together, make sure that you take all 10 tickets up to banquet exchange and you can have your own table. The same holds true for affiliates who would like to have their members sit together. Doing that banquet exchange is very important. If you need a special meal, a vegetarian meal, a gluten-free meal, a halal meal, please tell the folks at the banquet exchange table that that's what you want. They will put a sticker on the back of your exchanged banquet ticket, and that will help the hotel staff know to whom they are delivering those meals. I did slip up with Braille there. It was not accidental, or well, it was accidental, but our exchange tickets are embossed so that you will know what table number you've drawn. So that's a plus. And I really look forward to seeing you at Banquet. It's going to be a great evening. A couple other items before I let you go. Guide dog relief areas. If you are a guide dog user, well, if you joined us yesterday morning, hopefully you've already found the relief areas. There is one, if you're coming down from the sleeping rooms, probably the closest one is the one the hotel provides. You head out the front door, follow the sidewalk around to the right, and you will get to the relief area sort of at the end of the sleeping room building. If you're here in the meeting areas, the closest one is going to be the relief area just outside the Signature 1 room. There is an exit there to the exterior, and if you've taken a shuttle from either of the other hotels, that is exactly the same door that you would use for the relief area. When you go through those doors, the relief area is on the right. Since I just mentioned shuttles, throughout the week we have shuttles running between our overflow hotels. I know at times the wait has been a little long. We're trying to move those shuttles along a little quicker. There's one bus that runs between each of the hotels, so we've got two buses rather than doing one big loop. Please note, those start in the morning at 7:45 a.m. all week. For most of the week, for today, they will run all day until 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Sunday and Monday, got to get my days right, we will take a break in the afternoon. They'll run from 7:45 until I think 2:30. So you can get back to your hotel for lunch and come back for the afternoon sessions. The shuttles will pick up again at 4:30 and run until 9 p.m. On Monday, there's a slightly different schedule. The shuttles aren't going to run during banquet, but they will start at, I think it is 10 o'clock, and they will run until midnight. So you will have some time to get out of the ballroom and catch your shuttle, but keep those end times in mind: 9 p.m. For the rest of the week, and midnight on Monday after the banquet. You don't want to. It's a long walk back to Shingle Creek. It's a long walk to the plaza, but at least it's air conditioned. You can go through the convention center. And speaking of the convention center, know that the doors of the convention center will stay open until 11 p.m. each night. They will remain open until midnight on the evening after banquet. Yeah, now I said a couple more items. Now I've got just two more. Let me tell you about assistive listening devices. If you would either like Spanish interpretation or amplified audio for the week, the table will be in the back of the ballroom. Sometimes in past years it's been outside the ballroom to make it a little easier to find. It will be in the back of the ballroom starting tomorrow morning. Bring an ID, and I believe it's a $40 deposit for a receiver, and you're free to use that throughout the week. We'll have the table in the same place after banquet so that you can return that device before you go home. I'd like to mention a shout out to the NABS folks. They are offering some terrific swag, and I encourage you to find them in the exhibit hall or find any of your student division leaders if you're interested. Their stuff has been waylaid a bit and should arrive today, but you can get ball caps with our logo and Live the Life You Want underneath it. They have some very, I would say, timely and location advantageous sweatshirts. You can get a black hoodie. It says NABS with the logo and the word Orlando underneath the logo. So I encourage you to pick one of those up. They also come in red. I encourage you to see your favorite student and grab one of those clothing items. And then lastly, if you are hungry at any time during the middle of the day and find that the lines at the outlets are longer than you'd like to wait, in the almost to the lobby area, there are going to be two service stations providing curry chicken bowls and beef noodle bowls. They are, I think, $13.50 each. And you can also get a bottle of water or soda there. You don't really need directions. You just need to follow your nose. They smell delicious. I haven't made it there yet, but before the end of the week, I'm determined to take advantage of it. So it's a good deal, and that's a quick way to grab some lunch. And the portions are not skimpy. So I think, Mr. President, that is what I have. Thank you all. Enjoy the week. Take advantage of everything.
All right. Thank you very much, John. Sorry for the error in your notes there about next year, but we'll figure it out. We'll get that corrected when it's time. We will have a convention, though. Our staff is awesome. We have the best staff in the, and And some of them you will see running here and there. There are many who you probably won't see because their activities happen at the back of rooms or before you get to the rooms. So just know there's a lot of people putting in effort. There's also a lot of people who are volunteering their time, and this convention really could not be what it is without our members and volunteers. And a primary source of organizing those folks is our Ambassadors Committee, and we have two chairs, co-chairs for our Ambassadors Committee. One of them is Dan Burke from Colorado, longtime chair, and the other has been a longtime ambassador, but has more recently taken on helping to co-chair the committee and doing a lot of organizing. He serves as president of our National Federation of the Blind of Minnesota. I'd like to acknowledge Corb O'Connor.
Thank you very much. So I have to tell you, you're not going to find our talking signs on the roller coasters this week. Why? Because they don't want to get all twisted up. But what you will find is that we do need more talking signs, and those of you who have so graciously signed up, we are looking to get in contact with you. Check your email. You will have several messages from Dan Burke the last few days, and you'll find Dan and my phone numbers all over the place. We would love to chat with you. If you want to help be a talking sign, number one, if you see a place where a talking sign is needed, you are hereby deputized. But number two, you are welcome to join us an hour before General Sessions starts, and our meeting spot is just outside the Everglades restaurant. That's where the tile and the carpet meet, and we would love to have your help there. If you're hosting a meeting, we would ask that you deputize a couple folks, provide your own ambassadors, and kindly, if you are selling things, please try not to do that right outside the meeting rooms. It really does conflict with our talking signs and with the meetings that are happening. Our goal is to make sure that we have somebody posted outside the salons and over by the escalators and over by the exhibit hall. But if there's anything that you need, don't hesitate to find myself or Dan Burke. You can always email us is the best way to reach us. It's ambassadors, plural, at nfbmn.org. Ambassadors@nfbmn.org. And finally, I would just like to give a big Federation thank you to those who have been volunteering their time as ambassadors this week. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. Thank you, Corb, and thank you to our ambassadors for the work that you all do. And again, if you want to jump in, feel free to jump in and help. Just remember that the way not to jump in and help for anybody in the audience is to jump in and grab somebody. It's not what we do, right? So we are known for getting people from place to place with style and grace. I remember one of my fond memories of this hotel is that we hosted the General Assembly of the World Blind Union in 2016. Yeah. And the World Blind Union said, yeah, you got to have a lot of volunteers. And our immediate past president, Mark Maurer, said, yeah, no problem. Just don't expect them all to be ones that possess eyesight. And we had many blind people. And by the end of the week, we had delegates all over the world acting as talking signs. It was really cool. So. I want to acknowledge that we have a quiet space, which is Salon 19. And for those who may be serving as ambassadors or just for everybody's knowledge, Salon 19 is right at the top of the escalators, which sometimes might be a great place to start to congregate. Just keep in mind, you are outside the quiet room. So the quiet space is there if you need a little moment to retreat to a space. It is available to you there. And of course, you can also visit the hospitality suite, and I would invite you to visit the presidential suite also, which is 2442. Many of you have already found it. 2442. Please come by, and we would love to have you. Now, we will accept announcements during the convention. You can, if you need an announcement in Braille, we will only accept them in Braille. We do discriminate. But we provide an accommodation. That is, you can go to the information desk and get your announcement Braille. You don't have to know Braille or be able to write it. We'll take care of it for you. It's no problem. But it'll only be considered if it's in Braille. During the general sessions, Barbara Lowe's of Nebraska will be helping with announcements. So thank you, Barbara, for that. By the way, Barbara Lowe's was NOPBC's one of NOPBC's Twig winners this year. So congratulations to Barbara. So as an example, I have an announcement here from David Goldstein of Pennsylvania, who says the NFB of Pennsylvania will caucus tonight at 6 p.m. in Salon 15. Bring your banquet tickets. And announcements do have to be signed. If they're anonymous, they have zero chance of getting read. Okay, let's see. Now, earlier this week, my good friend John Berggren, he was worried about the registration. You know, he puts in all this effort, and he was worried about the registration numbers. So let me give you the top 10 in registrations so far, and there's still plenty of time to register, so you can change these numbers. Number 10, with 81 people registered, is North Carolina. Number 9, just ahead of them, 87 people registered, South Carolina. And we jump up 10 individuals, 97 registered, is New York. So you gotta be able to beat New York. You gotta be over 100, and with 103 is Louisiana. Then we have a bunch of affiliates that are kind of close together. We have with 112 California, 116 registered Colorado. That brings us to the top 4, where we have 118. So Colorado, you could get in there. 118, Texas. Just because Donald Porterfield registered, Arizona snuck by with 119. And the second place got a little bit of work to do to get to 200. Second place is at 194. That's Maryland. And so that means number 1 with 232 registered is Florida. So come on, Maryland, get registered. We also have 75 individuals from foreign nations who are registered here with us, so thank you for being here. So as of close of registration yesterday, so this, if you registered today, you're not counted in here yet. Close of registration yesterday, 2,526. So we blew away John Berggren's prediction, but I'm sure he's not sad about it. Keep it up. Let's see if we can get to 27 or 28, you know. Let's see, other convention announcements. Oh, okay, well, I had a note that John was going to talk about future conventions. But I guess, yeah, unfortunately his print was blurred. Now my Braille is still fine. So if you want me to, I can talk about it. Now, going back to the 1970s, the convention authorized the board and the president especially to work on conventions. We worked very hard to get a convention site that can meet all of our criteria for meeting rooms, sleeping rooms, accessibility, other things, and that can also get us a decent rate. We're a growing organization, and it can be increasingly difficult to find places. We know that there are many factors that we consider, and we do work very hard to find locations like the Rosen Center that will also offer our members a very high quality experience. So I feel really good about 2025, where we'll be getting together from Tuesday, July 8th through Sunday, July 13th. So that's Tuesday, July 8th. I know there are those that, many people love spending Independence Day together here, but then there's a lot of people that have family events on July 4th. So Tuesday, July 8th next year. And our headquarters hotel will be the Marriott. And we'll have an overflow hotel, which is across the street. That's the Sheraton. And our room rates will be $119 for singles and doubles. And yeah, there you go. $129 for triples and quads. So that's our 2025 convention. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Pam says I forgot to mention that that's in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Crosby?
Norma Crosby.
Yes, sir. I was talking to some of our family members this morning, and they had the idea that you might know where some future conventions are. And I said, our president doesn't want to keep secrets from our family. Am I right? Am I right, people? So I was wondering, I thought it might be fair to everyone if you shared your knowledge of other future conventions with us.
Well, I mean, you don't think that's going to hurt the attendance at next year's convention?
No, everybody loves NOLA. We'll all be there.
Okay, if you're sure it's not going to hurt.
I'm positive, sir.
Okay, because I mean, is there any place better than New Orleans?
Well, better is an interesting term. But I think there are some places who might be equal to the same task.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I mean, I do have on my paper here, it says that on Friday, July 3rd through Wednesday, July 8th, 2026, we'll have a convention. And our hotel will be the JW Marriott. And our overflow hotel will be the Marriott Downtown. And we'll also have a Courtyard Marriott and a Residence Inn. There's a lot of overflow hotels. And the rates in 2026 will be $139 for singles and doubles. Hey man, it's tough these days. Yeah. Triples and quads will be $155.
Got time to save.
Where?
Yeah, where?
Well, I believe this is a city we've never had a convention in. It is in the great state of Texas. And it is in the city of Austin. Does that work for you, Norma?
Is that all you got, sir?
What? Well, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Is that all you got?
Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I could tell you that in 2027, we'll meet on Friday, July 2nd through Wednesday, July 7th. And, well, that year, our hotel headquarters will be the JW Marriott Austin.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes,
Mr. President?
absolutely.
Back to
Marilyn?
Yes, Mr. President, with all due respect to Ms. Norma, who I respect, I think there are other affiliates that like to have a national convention
You think so?
in their state. I mean, we have 52 affiliates, sir.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I appreciate the feedback. Thank you for that, Marilyn.
Yeah, my colleague said it's hot in Texas. I think there might be someplace cooler.
Oh,
we can
cooler,
go.
like by a lake?
Yeah,
lake?
you know, we have some great lakes around.
So you want me to mention that from Monday, July 3 to Saturday, July 8, 2028, we will be at the Sheraton Grand Chicago.
Sir, that is what I'm talking about. Thank you. Exactly.
I mean, I guess as long as we're at this, we should also mention that July 2nd to Saturday, July 7th, 2029, we will also be in the great city of Chicago.
Sir, we'll have the deep dish waiting.
Okay, well, don't heat it up yet. All right. That will also be at the Sheraton. There will be an overflow hotel, but you got a long ways to worry about that. So that is all of the future convention information we have available. All right. I'm pretty excited about this convention, but I think we got some great things in store for some future conventions too, and some cities we haven't visited in a while, so it's going to be exciting. So make your plans now. I will tell you, if you have stayed in hotels, you know that inflation is real after the pandemic, and we've been working really hard to negotiate good deals in new places. We'll continue to do that. Do we have our... Yeah. Okay. I'm pleased to switch gears a little bit. I want to invite to give some remarks a gentleman who is no stranger to the National Federation of the Blind. Unfortunately, his commitments did not allow him to be with us in person at this convention, but he is continuing to do good work to build opportunities for blind people, especially from his position as executive director of the United States Access Board. So I'd like to give a few minutes to address the board to Sachin Pravitran.
Thank you, Mr. President, and good morning to all my Federation family. I regret not being among all of you, being among my Federation family, and I really wish I could have been there to enjoy the Orlando convention. As Mr. Riccobono, as President Riccobono stated, I'm looking forward to the future conventions in New Orleans, especially because the U.S. Access Board, for those who don't know, is a small independent federal agency that defines accessibility and also sets standards and regulations on accessibility. So it is something that's very, very vital in the disability space, and it's very vital in hearing from all of you for how we write regulations to make sure accessibility is done the right way. President Riccobono and I have been in conversation over the last year or so, trying to find ways how the U.S. Access Board can be part of the NFB convention. So without further ado, I want to say the U.S. Access Board will be at the convention in New Orleans in conjunction with the national convention. So we will be bringing our entire board and many of our staff to the New Orleans convention, and we'll be holding a town hall the day of the resolutions committee, so that we can hear from all of you. I do have to say the work that we do is important, but the work that we do cannot be done without the voice of all of you that's out there. We need to hear from you. We need to know what needs to be fixed, what needs to be addressed. So please do join us next year at the New Orleans National Convention, because the board and the staff of the U.S. Access Board need to hear from you on what needs to happen when it comes to accessibility. Like I said, the U.S. Access Board will be holding a town hall the morning of the Resolutions Committee the same day, and we'll be also holding breakout sessions so you can learn more about the regulations that we have already finalized. But I also want to know the work that we do when we work on regulations is driven by the comments we hear from the public, from the industry, and from other individuals who are interested in accessibility. So I want to bring a particular regulation to your attention that will be coming available for public comment in the next few months. It's a regulation on self-service transaction machine. So it's anything and everything that's any kiosk, any kind of touch screen interface that you do use to have any kind of transaction. So that will be available for public comment, hopefully in the next few months. And we want to hear from all of you, because your voice is going to drive what that final regulation is going to look like. So please be on the lookout for the self-service transaction machine regulation public comment period, which will be coming out in the next few months. With that said, Mr. President, I am looking forward to working with you, and I'm excited that the U.S. Access Board will be part of the NFB National Convention in New Orleans.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate your leadership in the government. It makes a difference. So thank you very much, Sachin, and for stewarding the work at the Access Board. We've long had a relationship with the Access Board and have had leaders who have served on the Access Board. And this is a historic moment for the United States Access Board, bringing their meeting to a convention run by people with disabilities. So hats off to the Access Board for that bold move. So just one of many reasons to come to the New Orleans convention. And I know some people waited a little long this year to make their reservations. So, next year, consider jumping on it early. Thank you, Sachin. Some convention communications notes, just a reminder that you should use the #, hashtag NFB24 in your social media. Please, help people know on the various social media platforms what's happening at the convention. Spread the work that we're doing. Share your selfies. You can come to the presidential suite and take a picture in front of our Step and Repeat logo background. Share what's going on at the convention so people know why they should be here and participate. We will have the portrait studio open. The portrait studio allows us to get a photo of you so that when you write an article for the Monitor, we have a nice photo on hand and that sort of thing. And if you want to get your photo, especially before banquet, you can do that. And I believe the team will share that photo with you, although probably not today The portrait studio is available across from Grand Ballroom A during the following hours. Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah, that's today, Friday. What day is it anyway? Okay, good, we're good. Saturday, tomorrow, 6 to 9, and also on Sunday from 12 to 1, and then again on Monday before the banquet, 5:45 to 6:45, so definitely make sure to get your photo taken. And it's helpful to us to have photos of you, your families, so that when we publish stories in our publications, we can use those photos. Of course, we also like action shots, so if you're out at the amusement park and take a good photo of you and your friends, share it with us so we can include that in our database and consider using it in our publications. I do encourage you to write articles for the Braille Monitor, as it's our flagship publication and a place where a lot of dialogue happens throughout the year. Now, this year I also want to encourage you to try out some AI that we're playing with. You can talk with Mark AI by sending a text to 833-564-2271. That's 833-564-2271. He doesn't yet know where the future conventions are going to be, but he will soon. He will soon, especially after this meeting. You can also scan the QR code in the presidential suite, and you can, that'll take you to riccobono.personal.ai. We're trying to build the only AI that's built on the authentic experience of blind people. So if you add your stories, your experiences, especially throughout this convention, we can stack those memories and continue to build the most authentic blind-centered AI, which is pretty cool. I also want to mention that in your registration packets, at least some of you received a card. It might have had a number on it, 1 through 5. It has a QR code on it, and if you scan that QR code with your phone, it'll take you to a web page where you can answer a question. If you answer all 5 questions, well, first of all, if you answer 4 questions, you can get a pin that celebrates at this convention our work to establish the Museum of the Blind People's Movement. I'm wearing the pin here on my lapel myself. It's in the shape of an M, and you'll be able to get it at the Give 25 table, but you have to answer at least 4 of the questions. Now, not everybody got a card in your packet, so don't throw them away, share them. Try to find all 5 of them in and about the convention. I noticed someone left card number 2 on the table in the presidential suite. That was very nice. I don't think we have all 5 there yet, but play the game, and this is part of our effort just to keep the conversation going about the Museum of the Blind People's Movement. I also want to get people thinking about our Blind Equality Achievement Month, which will be coming up quickly in October. So our chapters and affiliates should be thinking about how we can find innovative ways in the month of October to talk about the stories of blind people and help change the understanding throughout society. Okay. I want to remind everybody that this organization has a strong code of conduct, and that affirms our commitment to appropriate conduct and treatment of each other within this organization. We all have the right to be here, and we want to create a welcoming environment that honors the diversity and variety of backgrounds and perspectives that we have. So I would encourage everybody to be an ambassador of our code of conduct and to uphold your accountability as part of that. Our code of conduct, of course, applies to any attendee at our convention. And so if you're not familiar with it, I would encourage you to go to our website, nfb.org/code of conduct. The Convention is the supreme authority of the Federation and has final decision-making power. And so we want to make sure that it's possible for everybody to fully participate and be respected in the convention process. And as I've already mentioned many times, that includes our guests. Where are our first-timers? All right. Welcome, welcome. I encourage everybody to help be ambassadors for our first-timers. If you do have an issue that might need attention under our code of conduct, that's not something pressingly immediate where you need hotel security. We certainly hope you don't need hotel security, but if you do, call them. You can leave a voicemail on our code of conduct line at our main number, 410-659-9314, extension 2475. You can also send an email to code@nfb.org. There are Braille copies of the Code of Conduct also at the free literature table. We have done a lot of work in this area, and I want to commend all of the Federation members for really being champions for creating an environment that is positive and welcoming. The Code of Conduct reports this year have been very few, which is nice, and we continue to improve our process. One way that we do that is through our Code of Conduct Feedback Committee, which is a way for you to give information about how we can improve our process and be more effective in implementing the code. The chair for this committee, I wanted to introduce for a few remarks, is the president of the NFB of Maryland. Here's Ronza Othman.
Good morning, my Federation family. It's fabulous to be with you this week, and I'm so excited to be with you next year in New Orleans, and then Austin, and then Austin, and then Chicago, and then Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, so that one's a personal favorite, and I'm getting ready to go on a diet to get ready for all of the food and cultural experiences as soon as I go home from this convention. As President Riccobono said, the National Federation of the Blind is committed to ensuring safety and support throughout our organization, among our membership, and in our affiliates, divisions, and local chapters, and of course, in our affiliated training centers. The code is one of the mechanisms we use to establish the standards and expectations for safety and support, but also for diversity, equity, and inclusion. As part of our safety and support, the National Federation of the Blind Code of Conduct Feedback Committee is charged with and has been gathering information on improving the participant experience, socializing the code itself and associated procedures, and assessing and helping to overcome any barriers to understanding the policies and standards established for our community. We, once again, are requesting your direct feedback to the NFB Code of Conduct Committee. You can share that feedback with us confidentially by emailing codefeedback@nfb.org, or you can call 410-659-9314, extension 2284. Only committee members are able to see your information. We will aggregate the feedback that we receive from you. We will protect the identities of anyone with whom we are communicating, and we'll use that feedback to compile recommendations for code updates and process improvements. We are incredibly grateful to you for your participation and ensuring that our code of conduct and its associated processes are accessible to all and effective. We cannot do better, improve, or make changes without your input, without your participation. Thank you very much, and I really do hope to hear from you soon.
All right, thank you. Ronza. And Ronza mentioned our diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts, which is an important part of our membership building capacity to make sure that we're taking steps to reach out to folks that maybe we haven't reached out to in the past, and to make sure that we're continuing to build a diverse organization. Anybody that's spent any time around the convention knows we have a tremendous amount of diversity in all respects, and we want to continue to build on that strength that we have. This year, we have a new co-chair that has come aboard the committee, and I wanted to give her a moment to address the board. I did want to point out to all chapters and affiliates that we do have a 5-year diversity calendar, which is on our website, which allows you to help make sure that when planning key events, you aren't stepping on any particular important holidays or times when those dates might limit the participation of some in our meetings. We want to try to get as great amount of participation as we can. And want to note that there are a number of activities throughout the convention here you can find in the agenda and in the app to support various religious observances that blind people might want to participate in. So here, for a few words, for the first time in this capacity, is the individual who joins Sean Calloway as co-chair of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. Here is Kenya Flores.
Good morning, everyone. It's wonderful to be with all of you here in the Sunshine State. Anyone who knows me knows that I love the sunshine, and it is an honor to serve as a co-chair of our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee along with Sean. I would also like to take this moment to thank Colin Wong, who served as a previous co-chair, for all of his hard work and showing me the ropes, and for his mentorship. I'd also like to thank the entire DEI committee for all of your help. Who in this room has attended DEI programming this week? Yeah. Everyone's done such a fantastic job facilitating and helping, so we are so appreciative. But going back to Sunshine, you know the warm feeling that we experience when walking into convention? We want every member and every potential member to have that experience in our organization, and each one of us is the first contact that they have. And so that is our goal. We want to make our organization as welcoming and inclusive as possible for everyone. One of the questions that we get a lot is, what are our demographics as a membership? But that is a little bit difficult to quantify for the moment, so I'm going to ask a favor of you. However, this favor is not for myself, it is for our organization. It takes 5 minutes, and you can do it while you're standing in line at Smooth Java, and I know all of you go to Smooth Java before the board meeting and general session. So that favor is to please complete your member profile on nfb.org. It takes 5 minutes. And it allows us to collect demographic information, which then allows us to allocate resources accordingly. So it's very, very important. We promise that we will keep your information confidential. If you would like more affirmation regarding that, you are welcome to read our privacy policy. It is lengthy, but worth it if you would like reassurance. And with that, thank you so much. I hope all of you have a fantastic convention, and if there are any concerns that you would like to share with Sean and myself, please reach out to us at diversity@nfb.org. Thank you.
Now, Kenya is someone you should definitely get to know in our movement. She's an up-and-coming leader, and please don't get to know her just because she also happens to help with the door prizes. Because it won't help you. It's the computer that decides, right? So, but you should definitely get to know Kenya and Sean and the work of our committee, and thank you all for your participation. Diversity, this is very intentional, comes right before this next presentation because it is key to membership, and of course membership is the core of who we are as a people's movement. I have my membership coin right here. And I know this next individual does. She chairs our National Membership Committee. Here for a few remarks is Denise Yvonne.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good morning, board members and also fellow Federationists. Yes, I do have my membership coin with me right here because I am here to talk about how to become a member of the National Federation of the Blind. I know that there are probably a number of people in our audience in person who are not members yet, and I also know that there are people who are listening virtually who are not members, and you're probably wondering how to become a member. Well, the best way to become a member is to get in touch with your local chapter, and they're all across the country, and you can find your local chapter by going to your affiliate's website. So, for example, if you want to join the Chicago chapter, it is nfbofillinois.org, and you will find our affiliate president as well as myself as president of the Chicago chapter. Or you can go to our nfb.org website, go to join, and you can go down to affiliate presidents, locate the affiliate president, and get in touch with your affiliate president, and they will direct you to our local chapter. The local chapters are important because these are the people that will help you understand and grow in our movement. Now, if you decide to become a member of the National Federation of the Blind, you will receive some wonderful benefits. You will become a member, and you'll have access to national and local resources and information. You'll have the support of a powerful community in Federationists. You'll have connections to blind mentors, access to training, and national and local NFB voting rights. So when you become a member, you have a right to elect the officials in our organization. You have a right to vote on our resolutions. You will get subscriptions to our monthly e-newsletter. Now, when you get to become a member and you go through pay your dues, go through our onboarding process, you will get this coin. This is a symbol of our togetherness in the movement. It represents all that we have done in the National Federation of the Blind for the past 84 years together. So reach out to your local chapter. When you become involved, you can even join one of the divisions, maybe the guide dogs or the parents of blind children or the blind lawyers, which I'm a proud member of. And you can roll up your sleeves, find your talent, get involved, and help advance the lives of blind people. Now, if you still have questions, I just want to mention one other thing. We have calls, Introduction to the Organized Blind Movement. Those are quarterly. Our next one is August the 8th. You can find information about that underneath our membership link, nfb.org, and come and join us and listen to experienced members of the Federation answer your questions about the National Federation of the Blind. Mr. President, I just have one other thing. I want to thank Danielle McCann, who is our membership support coordinator, for everything that she does. And I also want to thank members of the membership committee. When you asked me to be the chair, I asked the membership committee members to come on some of our calls and be present to help me spread the word about the Federation and help our chapters and our affiliates build a National Federation of the Blind. Many of them have answered the call, and I want to thank them for that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, Denise, and to all the members of our membership committee. Throughout this convention, there will be meetings of divisions. Many of them will happen tomorrow, but a couple in different times. I want to note that... Today. Okay, well, today, yeah. What day is it anyway? Day 3. All right. I got to check my calendar, see if I have somewhere to be tomorrow. So, today... And to the extent that there are changes in officers, please send those to Beth Braun at our national office. Beth Braun serves as our Chief of Staff for the National Federation of the Blind. So we ask that you send the list of new division board members so we can have a record of it to Beth Braun at bbraun@nfb.org. Divisions should continue to recognize that they are part of the National Federation of the Blind and therefore are bound to upholding the policies of the Federation and helping to build the organization. And we have for many years now asked divisions to file with the Office of the President an annual report, which is due no later than 30 days after the close of the convention. So this year, we're actually going to ask for it by August 15th. So you got a few more days. This allows the National Board to make sure we're keeping up with supporting divisions and that divisions continue to be viable. And we have made a number of changes to divisions based on their current status or changing times. So once in a while, divisions say, oh, we didn't know we had to file a report, even though we say it at this meeting. So if you're in a division meeting, remind the leadership that a report is due. Now, committees of the Federation are appointed by the President, with the exception of the nominating committee, which will be appointed by the delegates tomorrow. If you're interested in serving on a committee, you can find information about them in the agenda. You can send an email to me at Office of the President, all one word, Office of the President at nfb.org. But better than that is I would ask you to go to our website, go to nfb.org/committee-interest, and you can fill out the brief form there. You will need to fill out the form for each committee you are interested in. There is sometimes a lot of demand for committees, so just know that we look at many factors in terms of who to appoint, but please express your interest if you wish to serve. Before I go to the next presentation, actually a lead-in to it is first, let me be the first to thank our sponsors and exhibitors here at this convention. I do want to mention, because we've had now it's getting close to a decade relationship, because they're about a decade old coming up, with the IRA Corporation, and the best deal on the IRA service is only available to NFB members.
That's right. And
so you can get that and information about it in the exhibit hall if you want to learn about the service, so I wanted to mention that. Here to talk about some of our outreach efforts, including our sponsors and exhibitors, is our Director of Outreach for the National Federation of the Blind. She comes from Chicago. Here's Patty Chang.
Thank you, Mr. President. What a perfect segue, because the first item on my agenda is support our supporters. You know, our exhibitors and sponsors come in, they give us financial support, and they will be available in the exhibit hall, most of them, to share their products and services with you. I'm going to go through our list really quick, but take a thought ahead of time and think about some of these have been with us for a good long time, and some are new. So take the time to thank our sponsors. So platinum sponsors this year: Google, Microsoft, Oracle, Vanda Pharmaceuticals, also known as non-24 sleep-wake disorder, Vispero, Waymo, and Wells Fargo. Gold sponsors. Gold sponsors this year: Amazon and Target. Silver sponsors: Brown, Goldstein, and Levy, one of those longtime supporters. Delta Airlines, JP Morgan Chase and Company, Market Development Group. Uber. Our bronze sponsors are Amgen, formerly known as Horizon Therapeutics, APH Connect Center and APH, so the American Printing House, Centene Corporation, CVS, Cruise, Guiding Eyes, Humanware, Spectrum, United Airlines, and Zooks. White Cane sponsors: Able United and Able Today, IRA, Ally ADA, American Foundation for the Blind, C&P Chris Park Technology, the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, Computers for the Blind, Democracy Live, we all believe in that private and independent voting, Envision America, Envision Inc., Good Maps, Ike Smart Cities, Jackson Walker LLP, Leader Dogs for the Blind, McGraw-Hill, National Industries for the Blind, the National Library Service for the Blind and Print Disabled, Orcam, Penny Forward, Personal AI, Savi Services for the Blind, Salvus BLV, formerly known as HIMS Inc., Sensitech, Tactile Engineering, and Independent Science. Now, I urge everyone to visit the exhibit hall because you want to check all this stuff out, but make sure as you're contacting our sponsors, you do say thank you. That makes a huge difference to them. Reminder that the exhibit hall will be open today until 5, and take note of this because it's different from other years. Tomorrow is the last day that you can visit the exhibitors in the exhibit hall, and we'll be open from noon to 12:45, and then your last opportunity is from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the exhibit hall. Let's touch on vehicle donations. Somebody asked me yesterday, do we still take cars? Yeah, we still take cars. And you can, the easiest way to have someone donate a vehicle is to call, and this will be easy because the beginning is 855, but the rest of that number you'll all recognize, 659-9314. So 855-659-9314. And we take almost anything, so just call and see if it qualifies. And when I talk about Lyft Roundup, and I acknowledge that we've had issues with Lyft, for sure. But one of the things that is exciting about Lyft is we are one of the few charities that they will round up the fare and give the difference of the money. So what you do, you want to, if you use Lyft already, and you want to go to the menu, it's easy. Go menu, go donate, and find National Federation of the Blind. And once you do that, every fare that you incur will be rounded up to the nearest dollar, and that money is passed through with no fees whatsoever to the National Federation of the Blind. So before you use the next lift, make sure that you are rounding up to give to the National Federation of the Blind. And I want to talk just for a second about our Dreammakers Circle. Now, we have a legacy society. Francisco and I are members because we want to pay it forward. How many of us have gotten so much from this organization? Now, I won't cry like Carla, but I feel the same way. So we pay it forward by including the National Federation of the Blind in our will. You can do it via will trust. There are lots of simpler instruments like a payable on death account. But if you want more information about our Dreammakers Circle, please reach out to me at pchang, P-C-H-A-N-G, at nfb.org or extension 2422. And then finally, Mr. President, can I give away the thing that we talked about that's coming in October, or do you want to wait on that?
Oh, yeah, talk about it.
Okay, awesome.
I just figured out divisions are meeting today, so go for it.
All right.
Yeah, we should promote
So we have with us at convention, Dean Blasey has been a great friend of the National Federation of Blind. Now, his son, a couple of his sons are here, and they have the company Blasey Technologies, and they make a new product called the BT Speak. Okay? They want to support the Museum of the Blind People's Movement, so what they have offered us is we can give away a BT Speak. Now, we're not going to do it at this convention. What we're going to do is, as part of Blind Equality Achievement Month, we will set up a way for people to give and enter a drawing to win a BT Speak. So go check out the BT Speak in the exhibit hall. Mr. President, that concludes my report. Thank you.
It is a long way to wait, so if you want a BT Speak, I know there's a number here that you can buy, so you should do that. But thank you for the long-standing relationship we've had with the Blasey family and their work to innovate technology. So we appreciate the support for the Museum of the Blind People's Movement. Now, I want to now introduce our chairman for our White Cane Fund, which is our general fund. And he has some important announcements to talk about related to this year's campaign, which is going to end, I do know this, it's going to end tomorrow. The divisions will end today, but it's going to end tomorrow. So you want to listen to what he says because you only have a limited amount of time. And I don't know where the chairman and the team got all this stuff to give away, but I mean, it pays to give to the National Federation of the Blind. Here's from the National Federation of the Blind of Utah and our corporate secretary. Here's Everett Bacon.
Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome, fellow Federation family. I have my membership coin. I'm excited to tell you about our newest campaign this year. In previous years, we've always had a Give 20 campaign. This year, we've changed it a little bit. We've now titled it the Dream Big, Give $25 campaign. So it's a little bit different, but it has some really cool features to it. First and foremost, it's a chance for you to help sponsor our many different funds that we have in the National Federation of the Blind. We have the Jernigan Fund, we have the Sun Rainy Day Fund, we have the Tenbrook Fund, and my personal favorite fund, the White Cane Fund. The White Cane is our general fund. What does our general fund fund, you may ask? Well, how about our Bell Academy? How about our STEM to You program? How about conventions like this one? How about resources from our Independence Market that you could use throughout the year? And most importantly, how about a free white cane, right? Lots of different things that our fund funds. And so this is a chance for you to help us with our general fund. It's so important that we be able to continue to do the wonderful work of the National Federation of the Blind. Now, you know, the great thing about the Dream Big, Give $25 campaign is we don't just do this where you're giving. You get a chance to get, which is kind of cool. So think about this. You get a chance, if you give $25, you get a chance to win a trip to next year's NOLA convention. You get airfare, you get room and board for two, and you get some walking around money, $1,000 in cash, which is pretty darn cool. Now, if you don't want to go to New Orleans, I don't know why anyone would not want to go to New Orleans, but if you don't want to go to New Orleans, we would also give you a cash prize instead of $2,500. So you have that choice, but we know you want to go to New Orleans. Then, that's not all. You also, if you give $25, you could be entered into a chance to win a Monarch Braille display. Is that not amazing? The Monarch Tactile Braille display, which is universally new of its kind. It's just been released. It's an outstanding product that is in conjunction with the Humanware, the American Printing House, and the National Federation of the Blind. It's here at this convention. You should go check it out. It's a marvelous piece of technology. You want to know what the price tag is of this piece of technology? $18,000. So you have a chance by just giving $25 to win an $18,000 Monarch Braille display. So, you know, definitely do that. Maybe you should give, you know, a little bit more. Okay, but that's not all. We have something more. If you give $50, if you give $50, so if you've already given $50, or if you decide to give $50 by the end of day tomorrow, you will also automatically win, while supplies last, you will automatically win a pair of Aftershokz headphones. Those are the bone conduction Aftershock headphones. Those are pretty awesome. Everyone who gives $50 will get a chance to win those headphones. That's pretty amazing. You can pick those headphones up starting July 7th. So right now, you have a chance to give $50 to win that. So again, the Dream Big, Give $25. Now, where do you give this? Well, you can go to nfb.org/give25donate. That's one area there, and then the application is there, and you can fill it out. But or you could call our general phone number, 410-659-9314. Or you could do it much easier if you have the really cool NFB 2024 app on your phone, like I have. You can go to the support section under More tab, and you can support the NFB and click on the link there, and it'll take you to the page, and you can fill it out. I just gave $75, and my wife Angela gave $75. We both wanted headphones, so there you go. So there you go. You have multiple ways to give 25. I'm excited to report that we are just at around $10,000. I know we can really raise that up. I want to see that jump up another $10,000. Can we do it, folks? Yes. All right, so here we go. Let's go give 25 and dream big. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Now, Mr. Chairman, I believe you don't have to win the headphones, right? If you give $50, you'll get them as long as supplies last.
That's exactly right. Yeah. As long as supplies last, you give $50, you get a pair of headphones. So it's like Oprah. You get a pair of headphones.
So you want to give early. You want to give early because we may run out. But if you give early, you will get them. It's not a drawing. So really great opportunities, and of course the biggest opportunity is to support the work of the National Federation of the Blind. So thank you for that, and certainly use that social media, pick up the telephone, call your grandmother, ask her to support you with a donation of $25. You might have to put it in for her, but you know, she's good for it. So you know, if we can encourage people outside of the convention to give, those dollars will benefit us that much more. Now, the next individual could not be with us at this convention, and you know, we sometimes face circumstances that prevent us from being here at the convention. We have deputized someone to help with the Sun Fund, but I wanted to give our good friend from the great state of Commonwealth of Virginia the opportunity to speak to the board and to the convention. We miss her very much at this convention. Here is Sandy Halverson.
Good morning, Mr. President. I assume I can be heard.
You can be heard.
Wonderful. Okay. I am sorry not to be at convention. However, I am looking forward to next year. My first convention, full convention that I was able to attend was in 1976 in the great state of Louisiana in New Orleans. So John and I will definitely be there next year. But this morning though, before I get cut off, and I know people know how to do that, I need to talk about Shares Unlimited in the National Federation of the Blind, which is our SUN program, and it serves an interesting purpose. We have not spent any money yet, which is a wonderful thing because this is our rainy day fund. We have no idea what kind of emergency might come along that would require us to need to use our SUN resources, and we're happy that that's the case. But if we don't collect funds and something happened, it's a little late to be trying to backtrack and make up for lost time. The data that we have, and I also want to thank our National Center staff for providing this data. I'm a volunteer. I don't do this. I'm happy to take people's money. I thank our deputized Sun Table Captain Briley O'Connor for equally being excited to take money at our table anytime the general sessions are convened, except during the presidential report. We need to be paying attention to that report, and will not be collecting money then. So, well, let me get on to the data that I have, which I think is pretty exciting. And this report covers the period from January 1, 2023 through December 31, 2023. And if your state is not mentioned, I hope someone will go to the table and Sun table in the back of the room and cause it to show up on next year's report. So we start at 45 with Georgia, $25, 44 Rhode Island, $50, 43 Puerto Rico, $50, 42 Delaware at $50, and 41 is Alaska at $50, 40 New Hampshire, $95, 39 Oklahoma, $100. Now, I bet New Hampshire can probably beat Oklahoma, but I won't go down that road yet. 38 Missouri, $100, 37 Mississippi, $100, 36 District of Columbia, $100, 35 Indiana, $125, 34 Tennessee, $150, 33 South Dakota, $150, 32 Michigan, $150, 31 Arkansas, $175, 30 Nevada, $200, 29 Montana, $200, 28 Florida, $200, 27 Connecticut, $200, 26 Wisconsin, $250, 25 North Carolina, $275, 24 Iowa at $370, 23 is Oregon at $380, 22 Idaho, $400, 21 Hawaii, $400, 20 Nebraska, $410, 19 New Jersey, $475, 18 Washington, $500, 17 New York, $500, 16 Alabama, $500, 15, California, $510. 14, Massachusetts, $520. 13, Texas, $550. 12, New Mexico, $600. 11, Pennsylvania, $650. 10, Minnesota, $650. 9, Ohio, $720, getting closer to $1,000. 8, Utah, $1,000.
Yay!
7, Louisiana, $100,000. I mean, $1,000. Sorry, Pam. That was a test. That was a test to see if you're paying attention. 6, Maryland, $1,035. 5 is Kansas at $1,085. 4 is Illinois, $1,570. 3 is Colorado at $1,720. 2 is South Carolina at $2,510. And number 1, of course, is the Commonwealth of Virginia, $2,973. So that gives us a state's total of $23,823, and not attributable to states because some divisions, committees, other entities make donations, is $5,395.50. And that gives us a grand total of $29,218.50. Our total Sun assets are 1,000. Good grief, I'm having trouble reading numbers too, Mr. President. $1,656,895.14. I love the 14 cents. Don't know where it came from, but I think this goes to show that any amount. One of my favorite things about our Sun program is, unlike some kinds of programs that we have that need to have a specific amount for your donation, Sun does not. If you have $2, bring it to the Sun table. If when your affiliate has a meeting and caucus, pass a Sun basket. Any amount is what matters because you are investing in your future, and we in the National Federation of the Blind very much appreciate what you give. That, Mr. President, concludes my report.
All right, thank you, Sandy. And continue to send our love along to John. Well, I guess we can send our love along. He's probably listening. So, John, we love you, and keep up the strong recovery.
And he is listening.
Yeah, I knew he would be. We'll try to check in with you later in the convention, Sandy. Great to hear your voice. Okay, so before we move to some other business, I want to hear from the chairperson of our pre-authorized contribution program. This was not a Chicago setup, but she's also from Chicago, a president of our NFB of Illinois affiliate and national board member. Here's Marilyn Green.
What I want, that's what I want. What I want. All right, Federation family.
Yeah.
You heard the intro song. You heard the walk-up. I want money. We want money, right?
Yeah.
Because the pre-authorized contribution plan is the way that we fund our movement. It is our way of making monthly contributions to the work of the National Federation of the Blind. All of the great programs that so many of us in this room here in Orlando, Florida, and out there in Zoom land have come to love. The programs like STEM EQ and Bell and our national convention right here, which will be in Chicago in 28 and 29. So we're so excited to talk about our monthly contributions. So you ask how to get involved. You can start with as little as $5 a month from your debit card, your credit card, or your bank account. It's the way to fund our movement. And we realize that times are hard, and maybe you personally don't have $5, but it's another way to get your friends, your families, your co-workers, parents out there, your TVIs, all of those different people to make that monthly contribution to our movement. $5 a month. We pay more than that for a Starbucks over, in the coffee shop, right? Yeah, I mean, I know for me personally, it can be a lot sometimes, but it's the way that we contribute to our movement. We are the National Federation of the Blind. We are the blind speaking for ourselves, right? And what is the best way for us to do that? To show our energy and our enthusiasm. So just to encourage you a little bit more, you all know that we have our contest here at the National Convention. Our divisions and our affiliates compete, but also this year at convention, we're up in the ante just a little bit, and I'm going to talk about our regular contest. But one of the things that we're doing this year at National Convention is for each person, while supplies last, each person who starts a PAC contribution for $10 or more, or increases their contribution for $10 or more, can stop at the PAC plan table and visit my friends that will be there, and they can get a pair of aftershocks. Right. Yeah, aftershocks. They're not cheap. And just for $10 a month, you can get a pair of aftershocks while supplies last, and you can fund our movement. All of the great programs that we have in the National Federation of the Blind. So let's talk about that program. Let's talk about the contest that we have here at National Convention. We like competition, right? You saw me and my friend Norma competing for the National Convention, right? So we have a few different contests during our National Convention. For the affiliate, I don't have the little critters with me, unfortunately. They're here in the convention center, I just don't have them up here with me. But for the affiliate that increases their PAC contribution the most during this convention will get the PAC rat.
That's Colorado. It's coming home with us again.
My colleague Beecham said it's coming home with Colorado again.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Just stay away.
Yeah. It's the PAC rat, affectionately known as Ryan the Rat, I've heard, Ryan, I'm sorry for all the Ryans in the room. I didn't do it. I didn't name it Ryan. That's the name it came with. So then we also, for those divisions out there, we heard about our students divisions, right? We heard about our seniors. So many great divisions within the National Federation of the Blind. Seniors, parents, students. If you increase your contribution the most, you can get the PAC Mule.
Nice.
I've heard his name Scott, I think. I think his name's Scott. We all remember Scott LeBar. Yeah. And for our affiliates out there, if you're an affiliate and you feel like, hey, my affiliate members, they don't have a lot of money. If you increase your percentage the most, you can win the pachyderm.
Nice.
Haven't named the pachyderm yet. I don't know if it's going to be named Maryland or maybe Illinois or something like that. But doesn't have a name right now, but it definitely has a home until somebody maybe snatches it. So for those affiliates and divisions out there, encourage our members, your members of those divisions and affiliates, to go to the PAC table, increase or start a PAC contribution. It's a great way to fund our movement. And so you want to know where your affiliate is right now? Well, I'm so glad you asked. And I know that we are so used to having the numbers with us, but I don't have those. I will give you the annualized projected numbers at the end, but I'm going to start with number 10 and work our way up, or maybe work our way down. I don't know how you consider it. So number 10, over in the Midwest, we have Ohio. All right, another one in the Midwest, Nebraska. Let me see what we have here. My friend Pam Allen from Louisiana, you all are at number 8. All right, right over the border from Illinois, I visited them over in Missouri. Missouri is number 7. Number 6, I haven't visited you all yet, but I plan on making my way up there to Pennsylvania. All right, we're at the top 5 now. I haven't heard Illinois. Yeah, I haven't heard Illinois yet. Illinois, do you think we made it into the top 5? I mean, maybe they'll name the pachyderm after your state president if we can make it into the top 5. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Number 5, California. All right. Number 4, yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. I like the man who's the president over there, but number 4, Virginia. I'm always loving my Virginia peanuts. Number 3, right across the border, but let's see. It starts with an M, but well, now you're stealing my thunder, people. Minnesota is number 3. All right, number 2. I think they took the pack rat last year.
We're good. It's coming home with us again, too.
Beecham said it's coming home with them again this year. Number 2, Colorado. All right, I've heard there are plenty of mountains out there.
Yes.
Mile High affiliate. All right, and number 1. I still haven't seen Illinois on this list. What's going on, Illinois family? All right, I'm not hearing them. I think they got so excited they're out texting. They're texting people to let them know where the conventions are going to be. Okay, that's okay. Number 1. What is number 1? The state of Maryland. Not to be confused with Marilyn, which is my name, but the state of Maryland. And so our numbers, our annual... All right, there it is.
For a brief moment, one time.
All right. So, and our annualized projected numbers for 2024 is $452,318.34. That's projected as of the numbers that I had as of last night. But we want to increase those numbers, right? Because you heard talk about how we all know the price of everything is increasing. So to fund all of our movement, all of our Bell programs, to fund our STEM EQ, to send out those long white canes to blind people who need them. We know that the costs are increasing. So we want to increase the projected numbers for 2024. And we're asking you to, when the PAC table opens, go back there to the PAC table and do what? I want money. So that is my report, but I cannot end without us singing the PAC song. Get on the PAC plan, sign up today. We need your contributions right away. Fighting our movement, it must be done, so all our battles can be won. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you, Marilyn. I know she kind of got more energetic after talking about a Chicago convention. I don't know. All right, get on the PAC plan, please. And there's aftershocks all around, man. So No excuse for you to be left out of the Aftershocks headphones. I would now like to call on Carla McQuillan for a special presentation.
Yay.
Thank you, Mr. President. The National Federation of the Blind every year honors a teacher of blind students for going above and beyond everyone's expectations to meet the needs of their students. And this year's distinguished educator comes from the great state of Texas. So this was a tough one this year. We had several very qualified candidates, but when you get letters from Norma Crosby and Emily Gibbs, like I saw and the committee saw, that it is absolutely the correct person we have in this seat today. And before I move on, I would like to thank all of the members of the committee of the Distinguished Educator of the Year Award for participating, going through applications, and making decisions that will ultimately thank and reward the individual who has really shown an attention to the students that she serves. So this individual teaches at the Texas School for the Blind and Visually Impaired. She runs the day program for students there, and I think to sum it up the best was a quote from one of her students, Madison Flores, who said, "She told me that I was in the driver's seat, and that has stuck with me." So this year's Distinguished Educator of Blind Students is Dory Senatori. So the Distinguished Educator of the Year gets the opportunity to speak for our National Organization of Parents of Blind Children at their annual business meeting, which will take place this afternoon. She also has her expense paid for this convention and will receive a check that I have in hand for $1,000. In addition, we have a plaque that is in both print and braille. You want to hold that? And the plaque reads, "The National Federation of the Blind honors Dory Santori as Distinguished Educator of Blind Students for her skills in teaching braille and alternative skills of blindness, for graciously devoting extra time to meet the needs of her students, and for empowering her students to perform beyond their expectations. You champion our movement, you strengthen our hopes, you share our dreams." July 5th, 2024. And now for a few words. Dory.
Thank you, Carla. I just want to start off by thanking Norma Crosby, Emily Gibbs, Micah Baugh, Kaylee Joyner, Liz Wise-Carver for nominating me, and members of the National Federation of the Blind for such an incredible recognition and award. I am incredibly honored to be selected as this year's Distinguished Educator of Blind Students. To be recognized by the NFB is extremely significant to me. I always work hard to ensure that my students have the services and supports they need, including widened perspectives, to help them shape a plan for the life they want to live. As Carla mentioned, currently I'm the day student coordinator in Austin at the Texas School for the Blind. Yay, Austin. For the last 8 years, although I was in our 18+ program, Experiences in Transition program, also known as EXIT, and that's where the goal is to customize the curriculum to students, empowering them to live independently, as independently appropriate in their home community. You know, I always tell my students that they have the lifetime warranty with me, and I always love when I hear from them or see them at the convention, and I think I've counted at least 7 people here today, so I'm very happy.
you know, recently I was able to see firsthand what happens when somebody is connected to the NFB, and that is just makes my heart so happy, because when I see them at convention, you know, I know that they're connected and I see them thriving. So the collaboration between the Career Mentor Program started after I completed the Teachers of Tomorrow program. Yeah. In 2021. Prior to that program, I had a lot of help from Rosie Carranza. I don't know if she's here, but she helped me, and maybe some of the NFB members are in the audience, but she helped me set up numerous guest speakers for my students. I knew it was, I really wanted to add that into their individualized curriculum. I wanted them to hear from blind professionals all over the US, and Rosie sent me numerous people, and it was fantastic. And after that was when I had reached out to the Career Mentor Program, and I had the idea to collaborate and make it a part of the curriculum that I teach my students. Well, this started, like I said, after I completed the 2021 Teachers of Tomorrow program, we started it shortly thereafter in the fall. And then in the spring, we started the in-person sessions where a mentor comes to TSBVI. And we only had, I believe, 7 students at the time when the program first started. And this year, we had a record 22 students in our program after our collaboration together. It was fantastic. I think that the growth of this program is, you know, I love teaching, and I think that all the mentors we share the passion, you know, to teach students and work with them and give them all these different experiences that they may never have had before. And I just could not have done this without the collaboration, and just to see how it's grown over the years, and to see how students, even after graduation, have chosen to participate and become a member makes me so happy. I just have witnessed students blossom and grow in ways that I had not observed prior to partnering with the mentor program. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to work with the mentor program and other NFB members that have helped me throughout the years and spoken to my students. And I just couldn't have done it without the support of the NFB. Thank you so much for this, and I'll always keep this in my heart.
Congratulations, thank you. We really appreciate the opportunity to work with you, and congratulations on this great acknowledgement. And Carla, thank you to the committee. We have a partnership with the American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults, and they've made available at this convention Braille calendars, which you can find in the free literature area. I noticed that they also left some here for our board of directors, so thank you for that. The Action Fund has pledged to make available up to 50 calendars for any Federation affiliate that would wish to have them. You need to order them by August 31st in order to receive them, and you can do that, Federation affiliate presidents, by sending an email to calendars@actionfund.org. You will also be able to order up to 3 catalogs. Individuals can order up to 3 catalogs by going to the actionfund.org website or by sending an email to calendars@actionfund.org. The Action Fund also sponsors the book fair, which will happen today. And the Action Fund has sent 81 boxes of books to the book fair. So there will be lots of books available. The kids get let in first, so but there is content there for adults. So I would encourage you to attend the book fair. And the Action Fund also wants me to remind you that it offers a free monthly Braille book program where you can get on a monthly basis a Braille book that you get to keep. So this is a great program for young Braille readers. You can find more information at actionfund.org. I encourage you to sign up. There's some great titles you can't get anywhere else in Braille. And also a reminder about the Braille Readers Are Leaders contest. I know we had a number of adults in this group participate, but also youth. The contest will be coming up again at the end of the year, so listen for information about that. And finally, I wanted to note that we have worked with the Action Fund, and there are now a number of online issues of future reflections available in Spanish. So would call that resource to your attention. Thank you very much to the American Action Fund for being a nationwide leader in providing Braille and tactile fluency to blind people in partnership with the organized blind movement. Now, we have a couple funds we have not talked about yet, and one of them is a very important one to many in this crowd. Well, all of us in this crowd, but some have come to this convention because of the work of our Kenneth Jernigan Fund. Here's the chairman from Virginia, Tracy Soferenko.
President Riccobono, members of the Board of Directors, and Federation family. Kenneth Jernigan would be so proud of the work we are doing together and the work that is supported by our Jernigan Fund. Our Kenneth Jernigan Leadership and Service Program is a growth and development opportunity for national leaders or leaders to grow across our affiliates to build a next generation of leaders. Our convention is an opportunity where we grow the opportunities for blind people. And Kenneth Jernigan loved the convention. He would be so proud of the opportunities that we're making happen here at the convention. Things you can't get anywhere else. Where can you have an event for blind people where we're throwing axes, doing rock wall? And I bet he would love accessible darts and would be eager to do that. Now, President Riccobono, I have a little bit of a challenge here, and the challenge is that sometimes you put forth ideas and people really listen, and that's a great thing. But you said, let's make the problem of our Kenneth Jernigan committee hard by having so many people apply. We had our largest class. Almost 200 people applied for the Kenneth Jernigan Fund. We awarded 111 grants to individuals and families, our largest set of awardees ever. And the committee, I'm proud of it. 20 people on our committee who have been all over the place will be at the Give 25 table to help usher and marshal at our Give 25 table outside this room, which is another way you could also give as part of the process, and it would also be where you would pick up your AfterShokz headsets. We are thrilled by the support and appreciate the fact that so many individuals are attending their first convention, learning and growing alongside all of us. Get to know these first-time convention attendees. Help them engage in our programs understand what's going on, and make a friend. Because each of us learn by connecting with others. There's a set of people who have not learned how welcoming our Federation family is, and you can be part of that welcoming process. I want to recognize that as part of the Give 25 campaign, you too can give to the Jernigan Fund and help first-timers attend their convention and first convention, and also help with leadership development programming that we're doing. Thank you very much, President Riccobono.
Okay. Thank you very much, Tracy, and to our Kenneth Jernigan Fund Committee. Again, first-timers, welcome. And I would encourage you to help pay it forward by encouraging people you know to support our Kenneth Jernigan Fund. This year, as the chairman notes, we did put into place a new Kenneth Jernigan Leadership in Service program. This was the first year, and so I want to invite our participants in this program who are completing this year to come up to the front of the ballroom to be acknowledged. I'm going to read their names, and at the end we can give them a big round of applause. Our first cohort in the Kenneth Jernigan Leadership and Service program for the past year has included Susan Bellimer of Vermont, Aubrey Bird, New York, Christopher Bove, Rhode Island, Felicia Bradford from Michigan, Janice Bright from South Carolina, Jenny Carmack from Missouri, Jean Kim from California, Hunter Keister from Wisconsin, Stacy Leap of Pennsylvania, Carly Mullen of Maryland, Juhi Narula of Maryland, Aleida Santos from Puerto Rico, Camille Tate from Florida, Liz Wise-Carver of Texas, and Becky Young of Iowa. Congratulations to our first Leadership and Service Program cohort. We appreciate they've been in and around the convention helping out, and I know that you will find these individuals as leaders in the organization in many different ways in the future. We do have an open application period for the next cohort of the Leadership and Service Program that will start in September. So if you are interested, please talk to your affiliate president. Those who apply need the support of 2 affiliate presidents to be nominated to participate in this intensive leadership program. And thank you to the Kenneth Jernigan Fund for making this possible. Yay. John Berggren apparently worked out some of the smudges on his paper and has some more announcements. John, hopefully you were okay with my convention announcements.
I was pretty pleased about those. Yeah, I'm excited about where we're going in the coming years. Really, just one of the items I left off my list was the post-convention survey. A lot of you are first-timers. Thank you for being here. A lot of you are long-timers. Thank you for coming back. But we'd really like to know, as we head to New Orleans, Austin, Chicago, what you would like to see in future conventions. What worked for you this year, what didn't. So please look for a post-convention survey. It will be sent out to everyone who registered with their email address. And even if you register without an email address, if we've got one for you, we'll send you a copy of the survey. And I would strongly encourage you to fill that out before you have forgotten what it was that made this week great. So maybe on the plane ride home, as you're recovering, look for that survey, and please give us your feedback. We welcome it, and we're happy to have it and do what we can to make this event better every year. Thanks.
John, did you say you can complete it via telephone also? Did you say that?
I did not say that.
That is true, right?
It is. Yes, it will be. We will have that survey up available to take via your phone as well.
There you go. So if you don't have internet access or if you need to take it via phone, you can do that as well with a touch-tone phone. Great innovation of the National Federation of the Blind. All right. We have one more fund that we have not talked about, and I don't know that we're going to be able to connect with the chair. Our chair for the Tenbrook Fund is lives in New York or Connecticut, depending on how you count her. She's Catherine Webster. She is a dynamic young professional of ours, and she got called away by her employer. So, that's an important thing. So, Catherine would want me to tell you that the Tenbrook Fund is the fund that supports the property where the National Federation of the Blind has its headquarters. That property is managed by the Jacobus Tenbrook Memorial Fund. It takes resources to have a property like that, and the Tenbrook Fund has as part of its mission to support programs for the blind, especially the National Federation of the Blind. And so your contributions to the Tenbrook Fund help us have a beautiful property in Baltimore that is the envy of all in the disability rights space. It allows us to do all the many things that we do, and we're continuing to make improvements every day. The Tenbrook board at this convention just approved installing a fancy new guide dog relief area that is undercover. So one way you can give to the Tenbrook Fund, of course, is to give 25. You can designate the Jacobus Tenbrook Fund, and we appreciate affiliates that have made contributions to the Jacobus Tenbrook Fund, as it helps us have the best headquarters in the world for blind people. Now, I want to move to a very special part of the agenda. We've had a packed agenda, but I know most of you have been waiting for, especially now that we told you where the convention is, our scholarship program. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce from the great state of New York, our chair, Kate Mendez.
Good morning, Mr. President and members of the board. Oops, can everybody hear me okay? Oh, I'm being told that you can't hear me. Okay, let's try that. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So this is the 7th year that it has been my privilege to introduce the National Federation of the Blind Scholarship class to all of you. And every year it is as much of a privilege as it was the first time. This year we have 30 wonderful students. They were selected because of their academic excellence, their leadership potential, their community involvement, the quality of their applications, and I am delighted to be able to present all of them to you and to the folks watching. The way we're going to do this is they are going to be lined up along the front of the stage, facing all of you. Something a little unusual is happening at the moment behind me. There seems to be a photo being taken from another group, so hopefully those two things won't overlap. Okay, we'll be passing the mic down. They will have about 30 seconds to introduce themselves to you. They're going to tell you a little bit about who they are, where they're from, what tremendous qualities made them excellent candidates for this scholarship program, and a little bit about their vocational goals. This year we have 2 Tenbrook fellows with us.
Dr. Jacobus Tenbrook was the first president of our organization, and we reserve the title of Tenbrook Fellow for those who are receiving their second National Federation of the Blind Scholarship, and we have 2 of those this year. Scholarship finalists, are we ready? Wonderful. They've been ready for the last 2 hours. They're really ready to go and get this done. I will be introducing them, first name, last name, home state, school state, and vocational goal. And for the purposes of making sure that the agenda moves along as it should, I'm going to ask that all of you please hold your applause until the end. I know that can be extremely challenging, but please help us all out here with that. Without further ado, Lindsay Adair, Louisiana, psychology, social work.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Lindsay. My career goals are to be either working in psychology or social work, and I am a person who loves to help other people. I want to give back. And something I would like to do is to reach out to other blind people who may not have heard of us. And I encourage you all to remember those who have no hope and who have not heard of NFB. And please reach out to those people. I do not know where I would be without this organization today. Thank you.
All right. Crystal, thank you for the 95% of people in the audience who remember to hold their applause. For those 5%, here you go. Okay. Crystal Allen, New Jersey, social work.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the Scholarship Committee for selecting me as one of the finalists. I am excited because I am a non-traditional student, and I am pursuing goals to become a full-time employee. I currently work at the New Jersey Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired as their state community outreach specialist, part-time. So with my education credentials that I'm acquiring for social work, I'm in the helping field, and I want to go full-time so I can help more visually impaired and blind consumers to pursue their dreams. And this year I'm excited that during my education experience, I'm celebrating a milestone year with a nonprofit I founded 10 years ago called Eyes Like Mine, Inc. And I am wearing a crown for you guys today because I am Miss New Jersey 2024.
Cole Carper, Arkansas, Alabama, aerospace engineering.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Cole Carper. I just graduated high school in May. I'm super excited to be here. It's a great honor. Thank you to the National Federation for doing the convention. And my career goal is eventually to work at NASA, Boeing, SpaceX. I don't have a specific company that I want to work for yet. I just know I want to work in that industry.
All right. David Carrillo, Utah, counselor.
So first of all, thank you to the NFB for the honor of being chosen as one of the finalists this year. Right now, I'm currently working in my Master's of Social Work with the goal of becoming a licensed social worker so that I can be able to counsel in specializing with grief, trauma, and bereavement. Having lost my 3-year-old son in 2020 and then my sister in 2022 to suicide, I feel particularly versed in order to understand that grief and sting that comes with it. So I want to be able to be there for those newly experiencing that and help them through that journey, that there is a light at the end of that darkness.
Hannah Clemenson, Montana, California, journalism and broadcasting.
Good morning, board members, scholarship committee, and Federation family. I grew up in a really small town in rural Montana, and at the time, National Public Radio was about the only sound on my dial. So despite my isolation in rural Montana, I was able to build a vivid and nuanced image of the world around me through listening to public radio, and so I want to use my scholarship to jump into that world and continue to be a storyteller for the people. Thank you.
All right, so before I introduce our next finalist, I just have to tell you, if you haven't applied, first of all, how many people in the room have received a National Federation of the Blind scholarship? Okay, so from where I'm sitting, the whole left side, right side, you got to get on that. Okay, if you want to know what month you should have a birthday in to win a scholarship, for those of you who sit through this presentation each year, you know that I love birthday trivia. Now, August, you guys are my people, my Leos and Libras. You almost made it this year, but with only 5, we lost to May, which had 6. So this was the year to be a May birthday. See what it comes out to next year. Our next scholarship finalist, Abby Finklia, Wisconsin, Washington, elementary education.
Hello, everyone. I am very passionate about working with children, and I have had many wonderful experiences working in elementary schools and equine-assisted therapy programs for children. My goal is to use my degree to improve the education system and to empower underserved students to reach their full potential. Thank you.
All right. Madison Flores, Texas, law.
Good morning, everyone. It feels really great to be here. Thank y'all for selecting me as a finalist. My career goals, I'm currently studying government at Austin Community College with plans to transfer to the University of Texas at Austin, where I'll complete my bachelor's in government before going into law school. Thank you so much.
Right. And I have to apologize. Virgos, sorry. Leos and Virgos. Okay. Here we go. Tom Gerasi, Massachusetts, Marketing and Public Relations.
Hello guys, I am Tom Gerasi. I'm a senior at rising senior at Merrimack College, and I have been very involved in the local blind community in the greater Boston area for most of my youth. I currently work at the School for the Blind in Watertown, Mass, in the marketing department, and I am pretty involved locally, but this is my first convention, and I've really enjoyed it so far. A couple thank yous. I'd like to thank Kate Mendez and the rest of the scholarship committee, Raul, Ryan, Cassandra, my mentors, for guiding me through this whole whirlwind. Fellow finalists, because it's not easy being the only vision impaired student at your college, and you guys get it. And most importantly, the donors for giving these scholarships away and allowing me and the other students to really live out the college experience that we want and deserve. Thank you.
All right, so our scholarship class this year is representative of 22 states, but 24 affiliates. Because one of the affiliates that is not a state is the next, is the one from which our next finalist hails. Her name is Thelma Gonzalez Santana. She is representing the affiliate of Puerto Rico, so Puerto Rico home state, Puerto Rico school state, and she's looking at going into a career in international development. She will be speaking to you today through an interpreter, so we're going to give time to let that process work out.
Saludos, muy buenos días, familia federacionista.
Good morning, Federalist family.
Estoy muy honrada de compartir con todos ustedes.
I'm very honored to share with you.
Esta es mi primera convención.
This is my first convention.
Soy estudiante de Comunicaciones Estratégicas y Estudios Internacionales.
I am a student in Communication Strategies.
Como propósito tengo que nuestra filosofía se pueda proyectar hacia toda la población en general.
My philosophy is to have all the community to join in.
Por lo que estoy realizando diversos proyectos.
I'm actually starting several projects.
Entre estos está poder crear una base de datos a nivel de Puerto Rico sobre cuántos en estos momentos tienen una plaza laboral.
I would like to create a base for Puerto Rico to see how many Puerto Ricans have this diversity.
Además de crear un empoderamiento en toda nuestra población con una aplicación móvil de moda.
Besides creating
móvil de moda.
Mobile fashion.
Y también creando un comité educativo para el manejo de emergencias.
and also to create a committee educational, ¿para qué?
Emergencias.
For emergencies.
La idea esencial es empoderar a nuestra comunidad y que sepan que todos podemos realizar lo que queramos y cumplir nuestros sueños y metas.
Dímelo otra vez.
Que podamos lograr todo lo que queremos.
We can accomplish everything we want,
Lograr todos nuestros sueños y metas.
accomplish all of my dreams and goals.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Ben Grelk, Nebraska software engineer.
Good morning, everyone. I was a military brat, so I popped around 7 different addresses before settling in Nebraska. And I am a software developer, and I love using my skills to contribute to open source, especially in the web accessibility space. And yeah.
All right, now I'm going to remind everybody about the whole Save Your Applause to the End thing. Our next finalist is one of our 10 Brooks, Rachel Grider, California, Louisiana, Orientation and Mobility.
Hi guys, I am so excited to be here today. First, thank you so much to the Scholarship Committee and the National Federation of the Blind for selecting me as a finalist. So up until less than a year ago, I was teaching music at a music academy. And during the course of my several years teaching there, I started becoming more and more involved in the National Federation of the Blind of California. And as I was doing that, I started to see more and more that there is such a strong need for orientation and mobility instructors and all kinds of instructors of the blind who help empower blind people. And I started to feel a calling and a passion to come and give back. So I am back in school and I am pursuing a degree in structured discovery, cane travel, orientation and mobility. And my goal is to teach structured discovery in a place where there is not a whole lot of STCT around. And one of my dearest ambitions is to start a structured discovery center in California.
Amanda Jetton, Tennessee, blindness training.
Good morning, Federation family. How are you? I'm Amanda Jutton. I'm from Tennessee. I am currently getting my bachelor's degree in organizational leadership, and we'll go from there to work on a graduate certificate in blindness rehabilitation teaching. I am opening a training center in the wonderful state of Tennessee. And we have established our nonprofit, and we're working on the process of funding and development and getting that thing up off the ground. I enjoy serving on many boards and in many positions within the Federation, but I mostly enjoy serving and doing whatever it takes to see the Federation reach the blind community. I believe in the philosophies of the Federation, and I believe that we need more quality teaching in the area of alternative skills of blindness, and that is my aim and that is my goal. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity.
All right. This next one I have mispronounced twice. Let's see if I get it right this time. This is Thor Kargadis. And I mentioned earlier that there were 2 affiliates that were not states that were represented in this scholarship class. Thor hails from the District of Columbia, is going to school in New Jersey, and is pursuing a career in urban planning.
Kate actually got it right on the 3rd time today.
3rd time's a charm, I got it.
Very, very nicely done. Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm Thor Kargadis. I'm the guy who's been doing neurodivergent things in the front right corner of the room for most of the past 2 hours. I'm interested in studying urban planning. I've come to realize that there's an often overlooked aspect of accessibility, which is accessibility means frequent buses and, accessible rail services and fare systems that work and whatnot. And so I'm very new to the NFB. I didn't find out really about its existence until I applied for the scholarship. And, I'm here to meet people. This is my first convention, so I implore you to come up and say hello and talk to me about anything, whether you want to talk to me about, me living in DC or about urban planning or anything really. I'm eager to make some friends here.
All right. Miranda Lacey, West Virginia, social work.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I am humbled and thankful that I've been chosen as a finalist from West Virginia. I'm studying social work at West Virginia University. My master's degree, my undergraduate degree is in psychology from West Virginia State University. I spent 13 years out of the workforce thinking that I would never be able to work and raising my children as a single mother. I have 2 boys, ages 12 and 18. But blindness is not the characteristic that defines me. And I am excited to start my internship at the Appalachian Center for Independent Living. And it is the first time I've worked for since 18 years. So it's been exciting, overwhelming. I found the National Federation of the Blind when I was seeking assistance with discrimination from my university. So I'm thankful to have an advocate and in the West Virginia chapter, Ms. Sherry Cook, and I am excited to be here and learn about the NFB philosophy. I am a new member, and I can't wait to get to know you all. Thank you so much.
All right. Julia LeGrand, Michigan, Massachusetts, violinist and educator. Julia.
Good morning. Thank you. Good morning, Federation. Thank you to everyone for giving me this incredible opportunity. I am about to start a joint degree program at the New England Conservatory and Harvard, pursuing violin performance and a liberal arts education. I want to continue my work becoming the best classical violinist I can be, but also be a more broadly educated person and continue my passion for disability advocacy. I have had a number of professional opportunities to engage in this kind of work, and I have also learned so much about the organized blind movement and how that interacts with music through my role as a board member of the National Federation of the Blind Performing Arts Division. I am so grateful for the Federation. This year of music intensive training, I have heard so many times in different ways about how classical music doesn't work with blindness, and I have been so grateful to my Federation family, who I have called often to hear reassurances and grow, and it has changed me so much, and I look forward to continue growing with the Federation, and thank you for making that all possible.
Miles Little, District of Columbia, Finance.
Good morning, everybody. First off, I would like to say that I'm very thankful and grateful for being here, and I have plans of being a financial advisor. Also, one thing I'm excited for is that I want to show everybody that we can do it and that it is possible. Thank you.
All right. Tamara Lundy, Louisiana, New York, healthcare finance. Got 2 finances right in the middle here.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be here standing before you this morning. My career goal is to become a financial analyst or health insurance specialist. I served at a nonprofit I'm sorry?
Louder.
I served in a nonprofit clinic for 15 years, and my passion was to serve patients, and I am honored to be able to do that once again. I'm also looking forward to pursuing my CPC as a certified medical professional coder once I get my master's degree. And I also look forward to serving you all once again in New Orleans. Thank you.
All right. Enrique Mejia, Iowa, special education teacher.
Good morning, Federation family. My name is Enrique Mejia, and I am currently pursuing my degree my Master's of Science in Teaching with an endorsement in Special Education at Drake University. For the last 10 years, I have worked at the Iowa Department for the Blind as a technology specialist where Dr. Jernigan developed the philosophy that we now refer to as structured discovery. During this time, I have worked with students to become empowered and pursue their goals. Throughout the years, they have inspired me to no longer be a bystander and pursue my own goal to work with children who are receiving special education services. I am deeply thankful to the National Board and the Scholarship Committee, as well as the generations of Federationists who have come before me. Federationists like Sean Mayo, Emily Wharton, and of course my wife, Helen Mejia, who is now in the audience. Thank you, and let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Jose Andre Montano, District of Columbia, New York, jazz pianist.
Hello everybody, I am Jose Andre Montano, and it's such an honor and pleasure to be selected as a finalist. Thank you so much. And my goal in the future is to become a piano teacher and mentor for other young musicians like me. And despite the challenges I've had, I'm still here today transmitting joy and happiness with my music. Remember that life is a trip to be enjoyed, and we can all love our differences and who we are. Thank you so much.
Sam Morgan, Colorado, Massachusetts, meteorology.
Well, good morning at Federation. I want to say that I'm deeply grateful to be here, and it's an honor to be among such great people. For my degree, I'm pursuing a degree in meteorology at the University of Massachusetts Lowell, with a minor in math and a minor in sustainability. And thanks to the Federation Scholarship, this fall I'm going to be doing some research in Iceland on how climate change is impacting precipitation trends in the Arctic. And further on in my career, I hope to be able to help with the presence of those with blindness and low vision in fields of STEM and atmospheric science. Thank you.
Joshua Olukani, Georgia, Minnesota, organizational development.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I just want to start off by saying I'm very appreciative to have the opportunity to be a scholarship finalist. I am currently majoring in human resource development at the University of Minnesota, in which I want to leverage this degree to become an organizational development consultant, where I can come up with strategies to better implement DEI and how to best develop and organize an organization to make it run the most efficiently. Currently, I am learning a lot from the current internship that I have at Unilever, and hope that I can continue to build on the foundation I have. Thank you.
Right. So there are 32 years between our most seasoned scholarship finalist and our youngest. This next finalist is toward the younger end, although I would like to shout out the most senior member of the scholarship class. I won't say who that is. That person's birthday is Valentine's Day, which is really fun. Our next finalist is not the youngest. That one's coming up later, but Natalie Rankin, Texas, cybersecurity.
Hi, everyone. I want to express how deeply grateful I am for this incredible opportunity that the Federation has offered me. I am deeply passionate about protecting privacy in this digital age that we live in, and I fully intend to use this scholarship to help in promoting a safer cyberspace that is accessible for all. Thank you so much again.
All right. Casey Reyes, Utah, Public Relations.
Hello all, my name is Casey Reyes. I'm very grateful for having been selected as a 2024 scholarship finalist for the National Federation of the Blind. I'm currently studying strategic communication at the University of Utah in hopes of pursuing a degree to go on to pursue a career in crisis management. Mentorship is something that I deeply value, and since becoming more involved in the National Federation of the Blind, I have been blown away by the abundance of mentorship available to me, and I look forward to taking advantage of this mentorship and growing, and I cannot wait for where the Federation can take me and where I can take the Federation to live the life I want. Thank you.
Muntaha Ruthba, Texas International Blindness Program.
Hi everyone, my name is Muntaha Ruthba and I go by Ruth. I'm a Bengali American woman from Austin, Texas. I'm majoring in psychology and minoring in disability studies at UT Austin. My goal is to remove mental and physical barriers for blind children and families so that they have the tools and trainings to be independent and successful. I'm so grateful for everyone for this scholarship who made this possible. Thank you.
All right, Deshaun Spears, Colorado, Nonprofit Tech.
Hello everyone, my name is Sean Spears and I want to thank the board and the NFB for giving me this opportunity to get this scholarship. I'm studying business right now with my focus being on nonprofit organizations. My hope to be able to start my nonprofit, being able to give back to blind people in the technology area. Thanks again to the NFB and to all of you who helped raise money to make this possible. Thank you.
All right. Before I introduce our last few finalists, I will say that the youngest finalist this year, which is not our next person, I'm trying to be respectful of ages here, okay? Not that everybody wants their business out there. But our youngest finalist is in this last group, and this person turned 18, which meant they qualified for the scholarship on July 2nd. So just squeaked under. All right. So since we shared a fun fact about our most seasoned birthday, I thought it would be a fun fact about our least. All right, as we commence the last group of our scholarship finalists this year, we have Honesty Steele, Mississippi, Alabama, rehab counselor.
Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, I went blind 3 years ago during my junior year of college due to a physical assault. Initially, I looked at my new predicament so negatively until I realized that I was blind but blessed. As a rehabilitation counselor, I aspire to continue working alongside my Federation family within our movement to make a difference. My plan is to encourage individuals to see our capabilities before our disabilities. Thank you.
Mara Olvested, Arizona, elementary teacher.
Hello, Federation family. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a finalist. For me, I've seen my confidence grow from being a member of the NFB through the opportunities that I have received through this organization, some of which included advocating for the blind community at the Washington seminar, as well as working as a mentor for the Bell program this year. I am looking forward to becoming an elementary school teacher sometime in the future and working to build the NFB in the rural parts of my home state of Arizona.
Colin Wong. Oh, next. One more Tenbrook. Remember we said he had two? Got all the way to the W's. I almost forgot. Our next finalist is our second Tenbrook. You've heard his name before, Colin Wong, Washington professor.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Colin Wong, and I'm honored to be here today. The Federation has shaped me to who I am as a student of both CCB and LCB. And even my first job was offered to me outside general session at Shingle Creek. So I'm incredibly thankful to the Federation and the Scholarship Committee for supporting me again in advancing my career in pursuing a PhD in becoming, a PhD in educational leadership, to become a university professor and researcher, to study adult education and blindness education. There needs to be more research in blindness with the high expectations expected from the National Federation of the Blind. Thank you.
Lynn Wu, California, nonprofit tech.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lynn Wu, and I am the youngest of the scholarship class this year. I just wanted to begin by saying how grateful I am to the NFB and the Scholarship Committee for selecting me as a scholarship finalist. I just graduated high school a month ago, and I'm going to pursue a major in computer science at Stanford University, with the hopes of improving digital accessibility, especially making STEM more digitally accessible, to encourage and let more blind people explore the topics in STEM more easily, to really help in the age where technology is rapidly advancing. Thank you.
And last of all, this year in our group of fantastic scholarship finalists, we have Henry Young, New Jersey, Montana, Park Ranger.
Hello, everyone. My name is Henry Young. Again, I would like to thank the Scholarship Committee for the great honor that you've given all of us. It is truly appreciated. I attend the University of Montana studying history and mountain studies in beautiful Missoula, Montana. This summer, as well as after I graduate, I will be pursuing my dream of living in and working in the national parks. And that is for one simple reason. I love national parks. I want to spend as much time in them as possible, telling their stories in a way that is unafraid of conflict and controversy, yet also one that showcases a common American narrative. At the same time, I want to help issue a special welcome to those Americans that do not yet feel a sense of ownership of their national parks, their common inheritance, America's best idea, to show that these sacred spaces belong to all Americans, regardless of race, ethnicity, or disability.
All right, and with that, Mr. President and members of the board, I am pleased to conclude the presentation of the 2024 National Federation of the Blind Scholarship Class.
What a great lineup of finalists, huh? Congratulations to our finalists. You've almost made it halfway through the week, so great work. And I wonder how the board...
Alan.
Yeah, Pam?
I move to continue our scholarship program.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to continue the scholarship program into the future. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Okay, we shall continue the scholarship program. I know it's late. I know that people are hungry. I want to, before we close the meeting, I want to give an opportunity to our chairperson of the board real quickly to address the meeting. She has served as chairperson now, well, since we've had a chairperson, actually. She's been reelected to that position every year. Here from Louisiana is Pam Allen.
Thank you. Hello, my Federation family. I am thrilled to be together again with all of you for our 2024 convention. And whether you're here in person or participating through our virtual experience, I know you feel the energy and the love. I want to commend President Jorge Hernandez and our Florida team for all of their outstanding hospitality. And I also want to send a special shout out to our first-time attendees. It was great to be together at our rookie roundup where our first-timers learned firsthand how to make the most of their convention. Just like today, the excitement in the room was palpable, and our convention veterans and KJ committee members did an extraordinary job. This convention, I encourage you to take advantage of all the opportunities. As we gather this week, let us reflect on our core values. We believe in the potential of blind people to achieve our dreams. We lead courageously, taking bold steps toward a more inclusive society. We champion collective action, knowing that together we are stronger. We foster inclusion and celebrate our diversity, ensuring that every voice is heard and valued. And we dream big, because the possibilities are limitless. When we believe in ourselves and one another, we have the power to shape our own destinies. How fortunate we are to have been nurtured by our leaders like Dr. and Mrs. Maurer, Dr. and Mrs. Jernigan, and so many who showed us how to live our philosophy through our actions and our words. I also want to acknowledge and celebrate the exceptional leadership of President Riccobono. Your unwavering commitment to each of us and to our mission transforms lives. Your leadership has been instrumental in driving our mission forward, guided by our core values. And we are so grateful to you and to Melissa for your loving dedication, which motivates us all. I want to thank each of you for being here and for the work we're doing this week, but also all year at our local and state levels. We could not turn our dreams into reality without you. And if you have not joined yet, we hope that you will. Whether this is your first convention or your 51st, I know you will leave here uplifted and renewed, ready to spread our message of hope and empowerment. Eleanor Roosevelt said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." Let's embrace our dreams with determination and optimism, knowing that together we can achieve extraordinary things. Happy convention. Let's go build the National Federation of the Blind.
Thank you very much, Pam. Thank you very much for those inspiring words and for your leadership. We appreciate you and our great staff at the Louisiana Center for the Blind. And with that, we will stand adjourned until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Hooray!